Hello my friends and welcome back to modding Skyrim. Winter has come to Skyrim as it is finally the beginning of the new year of 2024 and it's time to look at some of the interesting mods that have been released recently. This is the first mods of the moment of the year, so let's make it extra fun this time. I'm Bard's College graduate at your service. Now, let's take a look at the first mod on the list. Meridia's Order is a large quest mod in which you'll group up with the Daedric Princess' devoted followers in order to stop a witch and her necromancers from taking over Tamriel. This mod includes all fully voiced characters, new locations, artifacts and followers, not to even mention exhilarating boss battles. You have a lot of freedom to progress in the story in the way you want, role-playing your character and making your own choices and maybe even choosing sides. The characters are actually very interesting and fun to talk to, as pretty much everyone has something to say to expand the story with details.
Lights the darkness of Skyrim, as taught by Meridia, channeled by Alara.
There are small side quests as well that lighten the mood of the story, which I like a lot. Meridia's Order feels very vanilla adjacent and blends nicely in the game with its quests and themes, and I do recommend you try it out.
Now I can get back to my reading.
Time to fight! That was pretty exhausting.
Sachil, custom-voiced Khajiit follower, is a new follower mod with around 6,000 lines and 5 custom quests to expand her character. She is a Dagirat Khajiit spellsword from Hammerfell and can be found at first at the Reachwind Eyrie in the Reach.
You heard me. Who are you? And what are you doing here, approaching me like that?
Sachil is warm, funny, optimistic and stubborn, and really fun to be around with, and hear her stories from her home country, as well as her comments on just about anything.
What the heck just happened to you? Was that wind? Going in your body?
This follower mod contains a lot of features. In addition to extensive interaction with the player, there is a player home, combat dialogue to all enemies,
Listen, man.
she can heal you, and she is completely standalone with her own follower framework. Sachil is also marriable with a custom wedding, which is a sweet and unique touch.
To be bound together in love, now and forever, to Satchel.
This mod is still a work in progress as more interesting features are coming, but it doesn't mean that Sachil isn't fleshed out. On the contrary, she is great company and an incredible fun Khajiit follower for your adventures. I'm so excited that there is also a new mod from the King of Immersion. This time, NPCs react to frenzy. You know, those illusion spells you can cast that make people fight each other. I never use them, but then again, I'm very rarely a mage. So, what this mod does is adding realistic and natural voice lines to these people affected by these spells, or getting attacked by someone under the frenzy spell.
I'm on your side! What are you doing? What's the matter with you?
So yes, after installing this mod, it becomes more and more appealing to use these frenzy spells, as it is a lot of fun to hear the reactions. For even more immersion, we have Scared of Shootings. NPCs react to aiming bows. It's a simple mod that I think has been subconsciously long awaited. With this mod, you can no longer threaten these poor people of Skyrim by aiming a bow or a crossbow at them without consequences. Now, depending on the NPC's confidence level, they will complain,
Be careful!
flee,
Mercy!
or draw their weapon, and you might even get in trouble with the guards if you keep threatening the people with your bow. This mod is simple, effective, and most importantly of all, highly immersive.
I'll live to drink another day.
As we inevitably get in trouble with the guards, we might want to add some immersion for them too, in the form of new things for them to say. Extended guard dialogue adds all in all 168 lines for the 3 different guard voice types that include comments about your playstyle.
I've got my eyes on you, Sneak. You won't find it so easy to plunge a dagger into my back.
Clear dungeons.
I hear you visited all the standing stones across Skyrim. Must have been quite the trek.
And the state of the world, such as talking about the weather.
Clear skies, perfect weather for traveling.
I think these lines are well written and blend in perfectly with the vanilla guard dialogue, breathing new life to the cities as the guard's dialogue isn't so repetitive anymore. The voices are AI based, that overall I think sound just great. Now we are going in with the mod I have been waiting for. This is the full version of Children of the Hist, an Argonian overhaul. This mod makes the Argonians look absolutely amazing and diverse, with appearance changes, new facial features, and even making changes to their tails. You can see that now these people of the Root appear way more exotic and colorful. They might have peacock-like feathers, and some look more lizard-like, and one could say some of them even resemble dinosaurs. Again, I must highlight the fact that even some of their tails are altered. That gives a nice extra touch to these scaly people. Children of the Hist is exactly something these Argonians needed, as now they look absolutely amazing, varied and detailed. I have showcased the great city of Winterhold earlier in another video, but now it has gotten a new update, and I am a huge fan of this mod, so I thought it would be fun to explore this ruined city once again. As you can see, this mod completely overhauls this neglected town of Winterhold, making it look like the prosperous city it used to be before the Great Collapse destroyed it. Of course, with this mod, the city looks epic and gothic, but it's clearly ruined and a shell of its former self after the incident. I absolutely love how the architecture of the college and Winterhold look identical. It just makes sense in the most perfect way. The new update adds a lot of new things into the city, but the most exciting additions are the new voiced NPCs and the small player home in the frozen city. The home is not particularly cozy, and I can just feel the cold leaking through the walls, but it has to do if you want to live in the city while studying at the college. The new NPCs fit seamlessly in Winterhold, and they're interesting to talk to and hear their perspectives on this ruined town.
Bit of a dump these days since the Great Collapse. Actually, now that I think of it, it was quite a dump back then, too.
They say Winterhold was once a great city. When I was young, I used to play amongst the old ruins.
I can't stress it enough. The great city of Winterhold is amazing, and now with this new update, definitely the best one for this forgotten city. Now, I know it's cold, so let's escape the freezing weather to the south. This is the Archwood Falkreath tree overhaul. It's a regional nature overhaul, making these vast Falkreath forests resemble those of Valenwood, the home of the Bosmer, as the mod is inspired by its concept art. And I must say, it looks simply magical. Of course, this isn't something that you would expect to see in Skyrim, but for those adventurous souls who crave to experience this jungle-like Falkreath forest, this is a perfect mod to change up the landscape. The Archwood is still a work in progress mod, so everything I'm showing here might change and, of course, even improve upon. To go even deeper at giving Skyrim an outlandish atmosphere, we might want to install SC, Argonia's Deer Replacer. This mod is a simple replacer for the hooved wildlife of the province, making them resemble the marsh deer of Argonia, which are super cute and dainty, and take a look at those teeth. This model and texture replacer was originally created for Beyond Skyrim Argonia project, but I'm so happy to get to try it out here in the old Skyrim. Next, we have a huge mod from Mihail, and I mean it quite literally, because these things are huge. This mod is ancient Atmoran remains from the Mihail Shards of Immersion series, and these are the remains of the ancient giants from Atmora, the frozen continent north of Tamriel. You can find them in different sizes gathered along the remote northern mountains, and they are an impressive sight every time you come across one, especially as they're not a common find. Now, I have been waiting to showcase these particular mods, and finally, it's a perfect time for it. Kanjs, Ancient Falmer Tomes animated, and many other books have been beautifully reimagined by these mods, by remeshing and texturing these tomes, and even adding some animated emissive light. These mods are awesome, and such small detailed pieces make a huge difference. These particular books now are interesting to look at and also appear way more important and magical. Let's check out this promising armor set next. Elmlock Armor and Blade is a stylish set of craftable ebony tier light armor for both male and female characters, and it also comes with a nimble two-handed sword. This armor looks very practical, but detailed and vibrant at the same time. It's designed for a spell sword who has to slay dragons at 3, but has a court audience at 5. The headwear has two versions, so you can either wear the hood and stay mysterious, or keep it lowered down. You can also get incredible color variants for the armor with an additional mod, and they really just complete this armor in the perfect way, as you can choose the best version for your game. Artifact of Might, on the other hand, is a mod that adds 7 new weapons in the game world. These lore-friendly artifacts are all unique, and they're hand-placed in locations that feel meaningful and appropriate. For example, you can find a greatsword called Harbinger's Claw in Jorvaskar inside Kodlak's bedroom. And those who seek to become bards may come across a weapon called Svaknir's Dirk at the Dead Men's Respite. I absolutely adore the idea of this mod, and it's a welcome addition in my mod list, as I love unique items, and as they're super lore-friendly no less. Finally, it's time to check out a new player home. This time, it's a cozy dwelling called the Briarside Lodge. This home is located right in the center of the city of Riften, and it can be purchased for 3,500 gold, so it's a pretty good investment for the beginning of the game. The house is mainly designed to suit the needs of a rogue or a thief character, as is apparent not only from the location, but also from the overlook at the entrance to the Thieves' Guild from the balcony. Briarside Lodge is filled with appropriate clutter to make it feel all homely and warm, and it has everything a thief needs from a home, from crafting stations to a secret hidden room. I also am a big fan of small interactive things to click on, and this house has those as well. It's pretty much a perfect small starter house when playing alone without followers or family, just dealing and doing odd jobs with the Thieves' Guild, and being overall a shady mofo in the city filled with corruption. These people you see on the screen right now make these videos possible. A big thank you to all my patrons, and especially Abeli, Octor Lucan, Jacob, Yera, Ryan Ulrich, and the Panicked Monk for going above and beyond. If you are curious to join the production crew and gain access to extra content and a private Discord server, check out patreon.com/bardscollegegraduate. Thank you for watching the video. All the mod links can be found in the description box below. Take care and see ya!